Hey, welcome to my first time with me. I'm Angel. This is my 1999 Dodge Ram 3500 van. She's call it a sunflower beast. And I threw the Serpentine belt a week and a half or so ago. I thought it was just the power steering belt, so I kept driving it, and it wound itself up and around my AC condenser clutch a little bit, and finally snapped and then overheated, and I parked it up the street and then towed it home. Ordered parts online from Parts Geek. Maybe I'll put the link to that down below, because it was about $90 total for the belt, the tensioner, and the idler pulley, which had been just shredded. It's got some bearings or some magnets or something in it, and that had been all just literally shredded to little metal dust. So after I did that, first of all, let me tell you what I learned doing that was that a lot of the videos I looked at, none of the videos had exactly this configuration, and a lot of them talked about removing that ignition coil to get to the back of the tensioner pulley down there. But what I found was and that was supposed to be the 10 mil wrench, a lot of people said. But what I found was that it wasn't a 10 mil wrench that mine is held in by. It's a couple of, probably they look like 8 mils. I don't know. I didn't have anything that fit. And actually a Phillips screwdriver head. But the whole thing is on a bracket, which is the 15 mil, same bolt size as every other part of this job. It did come in handy to have a wrench and a socket, so I do recommend having that. But 15 mil was all I needed for all of this job, and that was to remove the bottom bolt of that. So I took off the top wire, the underpinning wire, and then I took out the bottom bolt and loosened the top bolt so that I could swing the whole ignition coil up and out of the way and get to that little bolt coming out of the back of the tensioner. And then that came out pretty easy with the wrench once I figured out how to turn it the right way. Note to self, if you're using your whole body weight on it, it's not budging, you might be turning it the wrong way. Anyway, then it was kind of difficult for me to pull that tensioner with the wrench I was using. I didn't use a crowbar, and if I do it again, I will probably use some kind of crowbar or something else to help me, because it was actually pretty difficult to hold the tension on that brand new tensioner and get the belt in. And I will also say, when I first put the belt in, I didn't have it wound around right, and so I thought it was 6 inches too long, and then I figured out how to wind it in right. So all that said, once I got it all finally in, still no click, no turnover, no crank at all. So I started troubleshooting, found a couple other things it could have been, but then thankfully thought to check my fuse box over here. Oh, let me remind you too, before you do any of that, always take the negative battery terminal off and cut the power to the engine before you start digging around in your wires. So I had found a wire coming off of my AC pulley, which is in here. You can kind of see it maybe. It's got some bare wires, and the wires have twisted together. They've almost cut, but not quite. So I'm going to tape those a little while I order a replacement online. I think I found them. I think that's the AC clutch coil wires. I don't know. The AutoZone didn't want to sell me this wire separate. They wanted to get $300 or so for the whole unit, but I think I found for $30 or so the wires, and I'll try to put some links down below to Parts Geek, where I've been getting my parts. So far I've been happy with them. Anyhow, I did get this fuse at AutoZone, because then I looked in here and noticed that one of the fuses looked burnt. You can see which one is different now, because I didn't have one that exact match, but it was a 20 amp, so I went ahead and threw that in there, and lo and behold, purrs like a kitten again. So yay. And I just wanted to share that for anybody else who's might be working on that job. It's my first time, so I ran into, the typical kind of delays that you might when you don't know what the heck you're doing. This little puppy comes right off to get out of the way, and if I can save you a little time instead of not figuring out how to go about it directly, especially the fuse thing, that was $4 instead of some more time testing things, and at least $40 probably in parts or more that I was looking at for other things. I still have to address that wire harness, but at least it's purring again, and I know what it is, and so that feels good. If this has been of value to you, give me a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel if you feel like it. And as always, I wish you love, laughter, lightheartedness. Don't forget to drive forward.